Alright then, so it's time for another challenge, and this one's going to be a little bit more difficult than the ones we've done so far because we are further along in the course, so I do want to challenge you a bit more. And what I'd like you to do this time is actually update the project when we submit the form. So to do this, you're going to have to add a submit handler to the form to update this project. Inside that, I want you to make a fetch patch request to the URI we have here to update the project over here. And remember, we've seen patch requests before. We use those to update just certain properties inside documents or objects in the data. And then when you're done, when it's done that, I want you to redirect to the home page. So pause the video now, have a good go at this, and then if you want to see my solution, just press play again. Okay then, so the first thing I'm going to do is attach a submit event to the form. And remember, we have to prevent the default action, so we use the event modifier prevent to do that. We set that equal to some kind of method we want to fire. I'm going to call that handle submit, and then we need to create that down here inside the methods property. Handle submit. Okay, so inside here now we want to make a fetch request, and it's to this endpoint right here. So let's say fetch and pass in this.uri, and we also have to pass in that second argument, the object, to say that the method will be a patch request. Now also we need to specify the headers because we're sending some data and we want to say that we're sending JSON data. So again, the headers is an object where the content type that we're sending is application JSON. So next we need the body, which is where we actually send the data, and we need to stringify this, so JSON.stringify, and we pass in the changes that we want to make. Now, the changes we want to make are just the title and the details. So we say that the title will be this.title, so whatever this value is right here. And remember, if a user updates it, then because of vModel that we have right here, it updates over here. So this will always match what's in the input field, and same for details. So that's the new value we want to save to the title property. And the other one we want to update is the details, and that will be this.details. And again, remember, we don't have to pass through the other properties like the ID or the complete status, because when we make a patch request, we only send the properties that we want to update, and it updates those ones. So that's all there is to it. Now, we want to do something when this is complete. So let's tack on a then method, which fires a function when it's complete. And inside that function, I want to redirect the user back to the home page. So I'm going to say this.router, and don't forget your $, and then .push to push on a new route, and it's just to the home page, so /. Again, I want to add on a catch block just in case there is an error, and we'll fire that in a callback function by logging it to the console. Alright, so now this is all done. So we handle the submit when a user submits the form up here. We make a patch request to this endpoint, which includes the ID of the document that we want to update. And then the body over here contains the updates that we want to make, and we stringify those. And once it's done, we redirect to the home page, and then we catch any errors if there are any. So let me save this and preview. I'm going to go back to the projects page, refresh. I'm going to go to create a new homepage banner. I'm going to edit this, and I'm going to just put again right here, and then I'm just going to paste this in a few more times as well so it's a bit more content. Okay, so let's try updating this now. Update the project, and we can see it's updated right there. And by the way, when we do this, when we add a project or when we edit a project and then it redirects to the home page, it's refetching the data because the home component right here is re-rendering, and so therefore we're refetching the data when it mounts, so it gets the updated data. All right, so we've done that now. We've done all of these three things. We can edit, we can delete, and we can complete different projects. The next thing I want to do is create a filter nav at the top over here so we can filter the project by completed or not completed.